Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I just want to do a video about the greed of physical media collecting, because a lot of collectors, we do get a bit greedy sometimes and we need to have everything we can possibly imagine. And I'm a healing person with collecting at the moment. I'm healing and it's good to be in my healing era. There's a lot of things that I used to do back in the past that you do to fill a void, and you buy that shiny new item and then you fill that void temporarily with dopamine and whatever gets released with your brain when you buy something, but then that passes very quickly. So I just wanted to talk about the greed of physical media collecting, but in a way, I'm talking about myself and my habits, because I don't think I ever have done it. I think I typically do these videos and I'm like, oh, other collectors and this and that. But I want to talk about me. I want to talk about me because I love myself, but I want to talk about the greed of physical media collecting, because there are times when I will go out and I will buy multiple editions of the same movie. Like, look at this. I'll show you an example of this. A good example. I've got John Wick. I've got the John Wick box set. Now, most people would say, oh, it's compact. It's in a nice little thing, so you don't have to take up too much space on the shelf. This is okay for most people. But my thing is like, oh, I'm a collector. I must have the individual covers. Otherwise, I can't function without individuality. So, I will go out and collect these, or I did for the longest time. And I don't know if that's necessarily greed rather than collecting, but then there are people, and I'm guilty of this too. I am very guilty of this, who must go out and get every copy of every movie ever imagined, multiple copies of the same movie. Now, I have done this multiple times with Titanic. I've got multiple copies of Titanic. I folded down a lot of my Titanic collection, so I had like probably, I would say, somewhere in the range of about 20 DVDs, the 97 DVDs, and then I've got some like 2012 remastered DVDs. So I've got probably about 20 overall that I've folded down and put into sleeves. I've got two 4Ks. I've got multiple Blu-rays. I don't keep counting the Blu-rays. But I will show you something, because a lot of people don't see this because I don't display it. I will go and get it. Give me 2 seconds, but I will show you what greed looks like with collecting, because as I go into my living room and see the nice setup, because it is nice to see a bit of a setup, I've got some Titanic in here, so I'll grab some of these. And I am still talking to you, so I'm still here, still very much here. Don't go anywhere, I'm still here, okay? I've got multiple Star Wars, got multiple Sailor Moons, got multiple of everything. Where are my Titanics? Here we go. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I really should do the setup before I actually start doing these videos, because, yeah, let me just dump this on the table. The table's looking a bit messy at the moment. I do need to clean it at some point. But I have multiple copies of Titanic. Now, in Australia, we have one of those extended VHS tapes, so one VHS tape, whereas America have two VHS tapes, so all the movies contained in one video in Australia. This is the big box. So this is kind of the ones they would have had at rental stores back in the day. This is the big boxes. And then I have literally a lot of copies. Let me kill this down. I've got a lot of copies of Titanic. A lot. That is a lot. That's like 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Probably even more that are just like hidden. It's probably even more like hidden that I can't find at the moment, because this was just a quick grab them while they're there. But this is greed, This is, I must have multiple of everything because it's one of my favorite movies. I've got to have the multiple one. And I see this guy on TikTok, Titanic Fan 97. This guy has like 3, 4, 5,000 of these things. I think he's almost up to 6,000. And it's a good collection. I really like his collection. But, um, I do the same with Austin Powers. I can see Austin Powers right behind camera. Let me just grab that, because I'm trying to display what my collecting habits are like. And yes, I know some of you are like, click off around the 5-minute mark saying, these videos are boring, I don't want to listen to these videos. And I can see the retention mark dropping off about 5 minutes, but I don't care, because my true fans stay to the end. I don't care. But multiple of Austin Powers, the short one like that, then you have the box set, 3 of the box sets, then I have more than these that I can keep count of, because some are already folded down. I've got the VHS tape somewhere. I don't know where the VHS tape is. I think I've got a cool VHS tape too. I think I've got the production copy that would have went out time coded and everything. I will go and find it. I will find it. Give me 2 seconds. I know I keep walking off camera, and I know this is probably giving some of you the shits, but what can I say? We just kind of make these things up as we go along. We don't plan these videos out. Planning videos out means I actually have an agenda. But, you know, look at these cool ones. This one's just a standard copy. So this one's just what would have went out when it was released, you know, pretty standard. But the cool one I have is right here. And, you know, I had to have this promotional, for promotional use. This would have went out to the video stores back in the day. And it's also time coded. So, you know, this would have went out back in the day to video shops like Video Easy, Blockbuster in Australia, or Civic Video. Civic Video was a bit bigger than Blockbuster initially. But this is what I'm talking about. There is a lot of greed with collecting, and when we collect multiple copies of something, it does become problematic. And I am guilty of this myself. There are times when I have bought stuff that other collectors want, and they're not really out there on the market anymore, unless there are some other things out there in the market people might sell, don't get me wrong, but you can't go and buy these initially. I know the desk is looking messy, just ignore it. But I know one of my long-time followers on the channel, Gracie, I know you had your eye on Last Hill on the Left, and I'm going to give her a shout out because she's a long-time fan of the channel. But Last House on the Left, this copy, and this is the remastered copy. I think this is the remake version. So this is the one, not the original. This is not 2008, I believe. But, you know, there are people who can't get these copies. There are other people who said, oh, Jamie, you've got that Columbia Classics in your collection. That's worth an X amount of dollars. I can't tell you the last time I've actually watched a Columbia Classics movie out of this box set. I haven't even opened the Bruce Lee box set. I know people are big fans of Smallville. I actually never watched Smallville back in the day. Sorry, but I've got the Smallville box set. I was a big fan of Supernatural, so that's never going. I was a big fan of 24, so that's never going. But I have decided to sell some of my collection because when you're going through your healing era, you start looking at this stuff and saying, okay, if I had to get it down to a 250 movies instead of 1,000 in my collection, what's the 250 that I would actually watch? Now, I would probably keep the Cameron movies. I'd probably keep the Nolan movies. I'd probably keep Child's Play. I'd probably sell Halloween. I'm 50-50 on Dawn of the Dead because the Blu-ray is kind of good enough for Dawn of the Dead, even though the remaster, I do like the 4K. The Midnight Factory one could probably go. That's the Argento more prioritized as the first disc, and then, you know, you have the other ones there. I don't know why I knocked these discs. That one could probably go, but, you know, that one is the Italian release, the Midnight Factory one, I think. But this is what I'm talking about. Greed of physical media collecting. We all do it. We buy multiple copies. We buy multiple editions. I showed in a previous video, I've got multiple copies of wrestling tapes here, like, just grab these off the shelf. I've got multiple copies of Backlash 99, I think it is. I've got multiple versions of Starrcade, whatever Starrcade this one is. Is this the one with Goldberg and Bill Goldberg and Bret Hart? Bill Goldberg, I'm gonna get you, Bill Goldberg. People know. You know, iconic wrestling pay-per-view, Bret Hart versus Goldberg. People know what I'm talking about. But I've got multiple stuff here. Multiple. And also, when it comes to physical media selling, because a lot of us do want to sell our collections, a lot of us do want to sell parts of the collection, not all of it, but just getting it more in line with what we actually want. One thing that I see is I always go like what I would pay for it. So like if I was selling, let me just look here, let me just grab one off the shelf. If I was selling Sable Unleashed, because people might like say, can I actually show that on thing? I might. Oh yeah, she's in a swimsuit. I don't think that's too bad. If I wanted to sell Sable's video, I'll just keep it on there briefly in case I need to cut it out. But if I wanted to sell Sable, I think someone would pay $6 for that. I mean, it's Sable, it's a collectible one. It's not one that I see often. I don't think it ever made it to DVD unless it's in tagged classics or something. So that one might go for, I don't know, $60. And I would pay $60 for it to get it in the collection. There are people who laugh at it and say, oh, I would never pay $60. I would never pay $1 for a VHS Sable. But, you know, doesn't matter. I would pay it. And people make offers on stuff. They'll say, oh, I don't know about that, but I'll do 40 for it or 30. And that's how you work with selling. But I see people getting things graded. And it does my freaking head in. They will go and like, let me show you an example. What is a very important, or what's a very good pay-per-view here? Is this Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair? I don't know who's this one, that one. It's Ric Flair versus, puts the world title on the line, but who's facing Ric Flair? Lex Luger. Lex Luger versus Flair. Someone might sell that one because it's got Ric Flair on the front, but they'll grade it and hang it around their neck and say, this is a +10 or a +8 Wild Thing Ric Flair. I'm going to sell this for $10,000. What makes it worth $10,000? I'm just saying. It's being viewed. There are people who keep them sealed and say, oh, it's a sealed copy. It's like a Charizard or Pokemon Charizard card. I don't even get the Charizard thing. Like, I get it's a Charizard, but I played with these things when I was like young in like 99 and that. I don't get the whole thing about selling Pokemon cards for like $10 million and bullshit like that. But you know, some things like this in my collection, I could objectively look at that tape and say that's worth, I don't know, it's a WCW, well, Jim Crockett Promotions before it was WCW. That tape might be worth, I don't know, $50. I don't know, you're just pulling numbers out of your ass at this point, but that's what I mean. When you're selling stuff, it's all about what someone will pay. And there is collectors out there who will say, oh, my Columbia Classics there, it's very rare, very, very, very rare. So I'm going to sell that for $14,000. What makes it worth $14,000? And I see people part them out because you can get more money if you actually take the things out and then sell everything individually. I do need to sell my Columbia Classics. I do need to sell them. I know I need to sell them. Don't worry. I will sell the things. I'm going to sell them and release them. I just need to figure out how to sell them. If someone's in the Sydney area and sees anything in my collection, just make me an offer. This is what I mean. Like, there's a lot of stuff here that I just want to be rid of. I don't watch Columbia Classics. So if I was going to sell box one, if I had to pull a number off the top of my head, no research, I'd say, I don't know, 1,000. And then you wait for someone to be interested, and then they make an offer. And then you say, oh, you know what, 750 is all right, I guess. Maybe 8. And then you go back and forward. And that's what you mean. Like, box 2 doesn't go for as much, but this is how you sell. And this is like, I see greedy collectors who just go out and say, I must sell it for $10,000. And if I don't get $10,000, I'm not selling it. And then I'm going to get it graded as well. It's going to be a +98 or whatever. And no one's going to get it for under $14,000. It's just stupidity and greed. And I'm sorry, I know this video has been about the greed of physical media and I'm just going off on a rant. But you guys like my rants. You guys like the rants, so I'm just bringing them back. I know some of you are getting sick of the Geraldo stuff, so what do you reckon, Geraldo? Is it time to call Geraldo, put him in the corner? I got Mr. Z over there. I call him Mr. Z because he's got the mohawk and, yeah. I'm in my healing era. Maybe I should give up on the Geraldo stuff. But look at that face. You can't be angry at that face. But I will tone down the Geraldo stuff because I know some of you don't. I just threw him again and he's gonna have the shits. But you know, there are stuff here in my collection where I just bought it and have it because of greed. I just was like, oh, well, you know, Caligula is a great example. I don't care for Caligula. I'm probably never going to watch Caligula. But I've got it. It is in my collection. It is mine. It is number 1048 of 3500. And that is mine. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Without, well, I'm not going to do the whole Full Metal Jacket thing, but you know what I'm talking about. I've got movies here that I do kind of care for, and I probably would sell it, but look at this. Blue Velvet, great David Lynch movie. I love this movie. When I watch it, though, I would mostly watch it on Blu-ray. I have never opened 4K. I could probably sell this as a sealed copy for a couple of $100. Well, not $100. Maybe be conservative, like 95 or whatever, depending on what someone wants to pay for it. I don't think it's a limited edition. I don't think there's anything, but this is why you do research into stuff. But there will be people saying, "Oh, it's sealed. I will hang this around my neck, and it'll be priceless. Then it will be worth $5,000." And I just say this too often. I know greed has become like this video has become a rant about people selling stuff, but I just wanted to make it clear that yes, I am selling. If you see stuff in my collection, I will sell it. And if you make me an offer, if it's got to be a pick up, if you live in the Sydney area, I'll literally meet you somewhere and I'll bring it to you. But make me an offer on something and make it cash. Put it all cash. Put it in the bag in cash. I'm going to put on the other hat. I'm going to put on Wu-Tang. Because I've seen Wu-Tang Killer Bees or Fu-Tang because Method Man did a video saying that he was never coming to Australia. It was never the plan, and the promoter apparently, you know, the promoter was apparently aware that Method Man wasn't coming, but promoted it as all living members. Wu-Tang Killer Bees, we on a swarm. Well, I don't know, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, greed of physical media collecting or some bullshit like that I was talking about. I don't know. You guys like the unhinged videos, eh? You guys just like the unhinged videos. I mean, everyone who's probably watching this video has probably dropped off by now, so we can do whatever we want in these videos now. All the casual fans are gone, so like we can just talk shit in these videos now. Geraldo can come back and just be on my shoulder. Sorry for throwing you, Geraldo. Actually, no, I don't want you in the videos. But this is apparently my healing era. Selling, maybe, but back to the thing. I have multiple videos and stuff of Star Wars, like the original Star Wars with pre-97. I've got like probably 24 of those. I've got multiple wrestling tapes that I'm trying to sell, but no one wants to buy them. Even though I'm trying to be fair and sell them for like $15, $20 a piece, or if someone wants to buy the whole collection, I'll make a bulk deal or whatever. But, you know, there's stuff in my collection that I just bought because I couldn't function if I didn't have them. I've got Bleach behind the camera here. I have never watched Bleach. Never. I'll literally take it off the tripod. I have literally never watched Bleach. Never watched it. Yet I've got how many versions of it because it was probably cheap enough. You know, you don't ever see that corner in the video. Got some cool stuff up there, the Crown and the Bad Boys thing and the Titanic, and yeah, I've got a couple of things you don't ever see behind the camera. I should show you behind the camera more often. You guys never see the setup as well. Do you want to see my living room setup? I'll show you because people have complained about, Jamie, you never show us your living room setup. You should show us your setup. So I will show you my setup. It's going to be a temporary one. It will be a temporary one. Look at this. Look at that right there. Look at that. So good. So good. I've also got a title belt right here. WWE title. Very good. Very good stuff. We'll go back. Do moonwalk. We'll go backwards. When I take all this sound isolation out of this, it's going to probably mute all my thinking. But yeah. What do you guys think about... This video has nothing to do with greed of physical media collecting, but oh, we'll just make this shit up while we go along. Some of you guys actually enjoy when I make it up when I go along. Look at that. It's kind of like a Dutch angle. And went, the NWO. Way to go, guys. I don't know. Do I look younger now that I've actually had a haircut and I'm not having the long hair? And I always keep clean shaved. I don't like too much hair here. I don't like food getting stuck in facial hair. It's yuck. But I don't know. What's some stuff you bought that you didn't have to buy? I've bought multiple Lord of the Rings. I've bought video games that I probably didn't need. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? I'll do the Cody Rhodes thing. So what do you guys want to talk about? Now, actually, I got to have the world title if I'm going to do that. I'm wearing a Roman Reigns shirt. I know the irony of I'm wearing a Roman Reigns shirt. But who gives a crap? It's my video. I'll talk whatever. I'll do what I want. Whatever. I'll do what I want. So what do you guys want to talk about? But you got to have the belt like Cody holds it. You got to have it like this. So what do you guys want to talk about? Reigning, defending, undisputed. I don't know. We're just making this shit up now because, I don't know, do we get it to 20 minutes? I'll make it till 20 minutes. We'll just come up with some random shit as that falls over. I will pick it up. I'll pick up the light that I'm not using today because I can't be bothered. But yeah, what are some things that you bought that you didn't have to buy for your collection? I'm actually interested. I bought a lot of stuff I'm trying to sell now. I'll sell the whole Arrowverse if someone wants my Arrowverse collection. I don't care about the Arrowverse anymore. I've kind of got over it years ago, but got everything. Got most of it. I don't know. Like, subscribe, drop a comment. Go follow my TikTok as well. Because I got like 22 followers on TikTok. All you guys need to go and like follow my TikTok right now. It's like Jamie Toomey Presents on there. I've got the Instagram as well. Follow the Instagram because I am dual posting, but go follow the TikTok so I can do lives on there. I want to do lives on TikTok, but I can't do it until you have 50 followers. I want to do that on TikTok. I used to have an account with like 2,000 followers, but they took it off me when I started sharing stuff that didn't agree with the TikTok algorithm. That's part of being a champion. Part of being a champion in your healing era is you just gotta like make it up as go along and adapt to the situation and I don't know situation. I don't know. Like, subscribe, drop a comment, go follow the TikTok. I don't know. We should bring back Bebo, shared love. I don't know. Is Bebo back? I think the dude brought it back for like a month and I joined it and then I was like, meh. And then deleted my account because I was like, meh. It was a flash in the thing of 2008 and then they tried to bring it back in like 2021 or whatever and it was like, meh. We've ran it on for 20 minutes. I'm just going to stand here and you can go and follow this or that. Watch either or. They're both playlists. And you can go follow both. You can go watch them all. You can go follow the champ on TikTok even. I'm also going to do some videos on gaming and the other one, gaming and I don't even know what the other channel's called. Oh, sport. I'll do something. Peace.